let's bring the rain. I've got a new team here. You can see the items. I might suggest replacing the throat spray with a weakness policy. Grass does have a lot of weaknesses. But aside from that, this team, it did well, but many of the people online either bring at least 3 legendary / mythicals minimum, or they somehow manage to bring a team that just has Ferrothorn and other Pokemon, usually shiny. Not entirely fun when over half of your teams you face are not designed to be easily taken down by a tank team. Well, not a true tank team, you'll see, but let's get into this battle. I have Gigantamax, my Lapras. This is why I couldn't do it ranked. And we're taking very little damage from the Earthquake and stuff. Thanks to that Pelipper, we got Rain. And with Max Resonance here, we get Aurora Veil. That's good. Good thing he was going for Tailwind instead of the Hurricane, because, to be honest, I'm not sure how Arachniid would deal with a Hurricane with or without just the Aurora Veil. So we got the leftovers going. You can see we're thinking. We've got the stockpile. Ooh, protect. And a Drain Punch from that Seismitoad. Good job, Pelipper. You did the protect right. You managed to survive the Max Lightning. This move kind of has 2 parts. 1, prevent sleep, so that opposing tank teams can't out-tank your tank. 2, that move is actually Thunder, with Rain and Electric Drain. That's how I handle opposing water types. That and Maractus. I know the Drain Punch Lapras is at half health. That was a crit too. Scald into Water Absorb. What? Did you really think I would run a Surf on a Lapras and not have something from my buddy? A 3rd Max Lightning. The Pelipper is down. I do not want to eat Hurricanes from that. And Aqua Ring. 2 stockpiles and an Aqua Ring. And Ferrothorn. I really should make a Sun team because I keep running into Ferrothorn. Thing is, I need someone to set the Sun while Charizard or Centiskorch Gigantamax is, but first I need to get a Centiskorch. But Theory Craftsman later. We've got ourselves a Dynamax Palpitoad. Oh no, wait, not Palpitoad, Seismitoad. Sorry. And my Lapras has reverted. A Max Knuckle, that's the Drain Punch. It's gonna raise his attack power, as well as that of the Ferrothorn, which likely has, if not Power Whip, then at least Gyro Ball. There's the Ice Beam. Neutral damage onto the Ferrothorn. And a Lunge. I forgot whether or not Seismitoad could have Water Absorb, so I wanted to play it safe. Lapras goes down. You've done your job. Time for the next fate. But first, I need to get rid of that Seismitoad. It's a water type and a ground type, so let's bring in a grass type. And here is why you should remove the throat spray for a weakness policy. Super effective, non-stab max ooze. Good thing it wasn't stab. And he forgot about the Aurora Veil. Maybe he should have timed his... Yeah, he really should have timed his Dynamax better to take advantage of Aurora Veil going down. But since I had Throat Strain, I went for the Hyper Voice. My idea was, okay, maybe when Maractus comes in, it can chip a finish onto a Pokemon. That didn't actually end up happening. I wanted to kind of finish what Lapras started. Nope. Then I wanted to see if the item activated before or after you use the sound-based move, just to triple check. And Araquanid is healing up fine. Another max ooze from this Seismitoad, and he goes for Araquanid this time. Interesting choice. I guess it was a natural outspeed. Forfeit. We've got ourselves a forfeit. Where is it? Well, I actually like how it lets you see the rest of the turn. So he had the anti-grass berry, which tells me that he likely did have a water absorb ability, if Seismitoad gets that. Still using Lunge onto the Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn really eats this team alive because it can outpace the Araquanid on the Leech Life. But I would love to continue this battle, but he had forfeit. And he was winning. Okay, maybe not winning as strongly, but he still has attack boosts. And Maractus, it also has the Water Absorb. May not be the best tank, but it can at least get rid of a opposing water, ground, and rock threat. Okay, please forgive me for not pronouncing that. I can't read it. Yeah, I can't read that either. But we've got what is a mono dark start. One is fairy, also part fairy, the other part dragon. You can tell that I want the Dynamax first. Well, Gigantamax first. I need the tank. I need the setup. Yeah, Lapras doesn't... None of the Dynamax Pokemon sound anything like the regular size forms. You can almost never tell. Flash Cannon, neutral hit. Foul Play, I'm a tank. Still quite a bit of damage. Max Resonance. Super effective onto the part Dragon Hypericon. And Aurora Veil is now up as well as a stockpile. I'm now taking 1/3 the damage. So what was originally about 1/4-ish from the Foul Play on the Grimmsnarl, it's now a 12th. So sorry for my gains. Even affects the Lapras too. Yeah, see Foul Play here. Like, I'm pretty sure that was less than 20, or at least really close to it. The reason I went for the lightning here, it's like 1 for rest, even though it wouldn't affect the levitator. And 2, if I used a water attack, it would have ended 1 turn earlier after I'm out of the Dynamax. And I want to keep Surf as strong as possible. Leftovers doing its job. Flash Cannon, now aimed on the Araquanid, not very effective. Like, is he thinking I'm pouring everything into the Araquanid and therefore, okay, never mind, he's attacking Lapras too. Here's the geyser. Let's finish off that opponent. I've got the rain and the electric terrain. Thunder is ready. Stockpile on that max. I still need an Aqua Ring if I want to really live. +3 is times 2.5. Times 2 from Aurora Veil. I'm now taking 1/5 the damage. That's nice. And we've got ourselves an Aegislash. Usually, it's very slow. And usually it wants to be slow. Oh, it's the fastest Pokemon on the field. Is that a Shadow Sneak? It's a close combat. Ladies and gentlemen, a miracle battle where Aegislash is the fastest Pokemon naturally on the field. Either that or it's choice. Why would you choice Scarf a Pokemon with such frail defenses when you can use King Shield to regain them? I smelled a trap. I smelled, okay, he's preparing for the Grimmsnarl to Dynamax. What's he gonna do? And thanks to that Surf earlier from the Lapras, we've got the super frail Aegislash down to 1, and we've got Araquanid up to full. Nope, another close combat. Maybe it is Scarfed. It sounds like a good idea on paper. Okay, maybe not parchment paper. What's really thin paper? I can't think of a name right now, but foul play. 13 damage. That's nothing. And Grimmsnarl is out. Liquidation has a chance of lowering their defenses. This is a physical Araquanid and a physical wall Araquanid too. Mimikyu. How the mighty have fallen. They really did you a misjustice. Like, look at this Cramorant with the Surf. Got the Water Absorb. And Cramorant is a new Pokemon that really helped the strategy, especially next to the Araquanid. You see that? I think it's Aerocuda in its mouth. Yeah, if that hits an opponent that hits it, then they take 1/4 health and they lose defense. And I'm physical. Well, Cramorant isn't physical. But look at this liquidation. That's physical. And the battle is just about wrapped up. I still have even the electric terrain on the field. Yeah, as you can see here, I've got a light clay on the Lapras. That increases the duration of the Aurora Veil. Like, normally what would happen is Aurora Veil will go down first. Then, in the case of the last battle, the electric train, then the rain. But thanks to that extension, it's now the electric train goes down first, then the rain, then the turn after Aurora Veil. And Weavern and a Gardevoir. Can't the Gardevoir get Ally Switch? Is there anyone else that runs the Ally Switch? Like, I did it in Sun and Moon. I put it on Bahium next to an Eevee. It was so fun to catch people trying to catch him before he used his Z move. Wyvern has the Hurricane and Araquanid avoids. Thank you. Like, here's how much a stab special can do. I imagine a stab special super effective. That may have just saved the game. Maybe not won it yet, but that miss saved the game. This is why you bring up the rain first when you want to use Hurricane. And this is why I don't lead with water onto Gardevoir. Well, along with I want to be tanky. Araquanid has the stockpile. It is cascading. It is hardening. Centiskorch is out. I'm expecting the G-Max, which can trap you in a fiery vortex. Indeed, the Dynamax it's a Sun Centiskorch, not a Trap Centiskorch. Which means it should be offensively IV'd instead of tank. And of course, he hits the neutral to set the sun. He's aiming for the Lapras because Araquanid could have a ability resistance to fire. Like, I know I didn't put any attack investment into Lapras, but that feels like a little too little for an offensive Sense Scorch. It seems like it's a bit more tank. I did that Aqua Ring early because I was expecting to be encased in flames and I wanted to outpace it. Okay, one more turn of of my Gigantamax, then he'll have a free turn of Dynamax. I know he's faster, so he could. Nope, he does not. He lowers my special attack by 1, rather than reset the sun to reduce the damage by 1/3. I mean, to 1/3. Max Geyser, my rain is still up. Not quite enough due to that Flutterby, but Liquidation is physical, not special. Goodbye, Sense Scorch. Sorry to soak you out. Leftovers on the Araquanid, of course. Aqua Ring, it also heals, and in comes the Eternatus. Come on. At the very least, I get out of my Gigantamax before it can use its cannon. He goes for Cross Poison instead. And Psychic. Yeah, I know that a Future Sight should be coming soon, and here's an Icy Wind. Gardevoir avoids. What's the accuracy on the Icy Wind again? Is it 100? I think we got a Bright Powder Gardevoir. Getting in my stockpiles, getting in my healing. Araquanid, it's great. Lapras, it's in danger. So what are we gonna do? Ooh, Draco Meteor. Your cannon is probably a little more reliable than a meteor. Because of that. Icy Wind again. I wasn't entirely sure what my back line would do against these two Pokemon, so I decided to lower their speed, be safe, and target the Lapras with Liquidation to activate Water Absorb. There's the Future Sight attack. It looks like it would not have been enough to knock out Lapras, but at the very least it can take 1 or 2 more attacks before forcing the opponent to redirect to Araquanid, because if Lapras has to take 2 attacks to go down, those attacks will not be redirected to my tank, or my real tank anyway. Yeah, maybe I should put some actual special attack investment into this Lapras. That is quartered damage Draco Meteor. Half from the initial loss, and a half from the Aurora Veil. I'm so sorry for you. You're supposed to be this big, scary thing. And if Kyurem and Necrozma taught us anything, you're gonna be able to equip onto Zacian and Zamazenta to become armored forms or whatever. Here's the cannon. You had it all along and you didn't use it. Now look what your arrogance with the Draco Meteors costs. Liquidation time. Gardevoir. It's not a tank, but I'm not a sweep. In comes the Gastrodon. This means that Araquanid can no longer use Liquidation on opponents because it'll just be redirected to Gastrodon. Gastrodon uses Stockpile. I know that my Aurorgo's going to leave soon. Let's get tanky. And let's get an offense in here. Special attack Rose. Maybe after a couple turns it can do something. And I think I gave it Muddy Water again instead of Surf. Araquanid can't heal off that. Battle's canceled. Good job. See you next video.